I'm Blake Schofield, founder and CEO of The Bridge to Fulfillment, mom to 3, USA Today top 10 professional coach, and former corporate executive who got tired of sacrificing my life for a comfortable paycheck. My mission is to expand women's perspectives and empower them to achieve greater impact at home and work without sacrifice. This is The Bridge to Fulfillment. So I was having a conversation with a couple of my clients today, and I realized in sharing how often the things we've been taught as high achievers are actually wrong. They're the things that are creating patterns of stress, anxiety, or frustration or worry that maybe we won't be able to achieve what we want to achieve. They're the things that cause us to procrastinate, get stuck in analysis paralysis. And what that does is either stop us from achieving our goal or make the process of achieving our goal so painful and so much work that we often don't end up with the best outcome. I'm going to share with you today one of those things that I see that keeps so many people trapped and is a huge part of why I was trapped for so long, which is all about seeking to understand how to accomplish something. Now, this is going to seem probably totally counterintuitive to you. You're like, what do you mean? Anytime we've been taught to build a big goal or do something important, we're taught we need to figure out how. How is that going to work? And then we need to map out the entire plan, step by step by step, understanding what the options are and have all of that done before we take action. And the irony is, when you work inside corporate America and you have millions of dollars and hundreds of people on the line, you have to have all of that plan mapped out in order to be able to bring everyone alongside you. But when you as an individual are building your own goals or looking to transform your life or looking to do something important, that process that works in schools, that works in large corporations, actually works against you as an individual. Yes, you heard me right. It actually works against you. So what I'm about to share with you are methodologies that I learned from several of my mentors that have fundamentally, completely changed my life. I've always been a high achiever, been successful pretty much honestly in everything that I've done. It's funny, my mom actually not that long ago said, you know, your trajectory just continues to grow and grow and grow, and it's never like you had this huge drop off. And it doesn't mean that the journey was always easy, but it does mean fundamentally that I figured out the things that create success, and I've continued to learn the things that create success, and I've continued to build capabilities to continue to grow and level up in my life. And that hasn't been without a lot of struggle or a lot of work or a lot of hustling and grinding, especially the first 40 years of my life. And then I went to work with mentors who had found a different way. And I was fascinated about how it was they could be so successful and yet working tremendously less than I was to achieve their goals. And so if you've ever seen somebody and wondered, how in the world did that person get so successful? How in the world did that person do that? They have less qualifications or less experience. They work less than me. I offer you up the point that maybe they've identified or uncovered something that you haven't. You see, for my whole life, I was taught just work hard and you'll be recognized. Make sure that you're making responsible decisions. Make a plan. Figure out all of the steps. Think through what could happen so that you'll be successful. And for many, many years, that worked for me. What I didn't understand was I wasn't successful because of those things. I was actually successful in many ways in spite of those things. You see, this obsession we have about figuring out how something needs to happen is what keeps us stuck. And it actually reduces our chances for success. And it also limits the types of endless possibilities or benefits that we could have that might be even greater than we think. Because here's the reality. Today, you know so much and you've experienced only so much. 6 years ago, I would have told you that I knew a lot. Today, I would tell you after investing and learning so much more that I recognize I know so little. Most of us really know what's equivalent to basically a grain of sand in the ocean of life. And yet we go through life believing that if we just knew everything, we'd be successful. Or believing if we just had all of the right steps, we would get there. But we don't even understand that our perspectives are so limited. And when we approach every new circumstance with the perspective of we have to know exactly what it looks like, then what we do is drastically narrow the amount of choices that we have, because those choices can only fit in what we know. Now, this can become exceedingly challenging when you want to transform or do something different in your life, because it's nearly impossible to create something different if you're only using the knowledge you have today. So I want to challenge you that whenever you're looking to do something significant or new, stop feeling like you have to know how it's going to happen. Get clear on the North Star. Who and what? What is that North Star? What is it I want to accomplish? Who can or will I be doing that with? And then focus on the next 1 to 2 steps to get there. I know it sounds counterintuitive. It challenges probably everything that you've done before in the same way it completely challenged me. And yet, when you can allow yourself to be open to new outcomes, as long as they fit within the North Star in the direction you want, and you can allow yourself to focus on the next 1 to 2 things, what happens is you gather more information. You're able then to learn more and course correct. And through that learning and course correcting, you're actually able to create far more and far better outcomes. And here's why. When we pre-plan everything in advance, we only use it based on the information we have. We have to make a lot of assumptions about what we think is going to happen, and we limit the outcome based again on what we know. However, when you remove having to know the how, when you allow yourself to be open to an infinite number of possibilities, so long as they meet the criteria of what that North Star looks and feels like, and you just take the next 1 to 2 steps, what happens is you gather information. Each step that you take, you learn more and more. You make better and more informed decisions. And ultimately, your view of what is possible expands. Now, this is the methodology that I learned from Dr. Jeff Spencer, who's cracked the code on goal achievement. He's an Olympian himself, 9-time Tour de France mindset coach, and I believe they won 8 of those 9 tours. He coached Tiger Woods, Lance Armstrong, U2 from Bono, Dave Asprey from Bulletproof Coffee, and countless other high achievers, prolific performers. If it worked for him, and it worked for all of them, and it works for me, it can work for you too. But it requires a shift. It requires being open to the fact that you might actually be able to achieve what you want in life with a whole lot less hustle and grind. You might be able to achieve it without having to know all of the answers. And ultimately, that there might even be greater possibilities or opportunities that you haven't even seen yet. Applying this methodology fundamentally has changed my life in so many amazing ways, given me peace of mind and joy in the process of creating my goals, removed all of the pressure and friction and worry about failure and not getting where I wanted to go. Because I recognize that if I'm moving closer and closer to my North Star, I'm winning every day. And that through this process, it's given me such a great sense of freedom and joy and fun in what might come that could be even better than what I expected. And as a result, I've removed the friction and I've really created an opportunity for tailwind pushing me forward. And so today, if you are in a place of transformation or a place of wanting to achieve something and you don't know how, instead, get clear on what it would look and feel like. What's the who and what's the what? And then what are the next 1 to 2 steps you have to take just to gather information and move in that direction? Allow yourself to be open to what comes and then focus on the next 1 to 2 steps. You'll be amazed how much progress you make and what amazing things can unfold. Until next time, have a great week.
Thanks for joining me today. Rather than hope the grass will be greener, identify what the right next step is. We can help you do just that. Get clarity on where you are in your journey to career fulfillment, where you're headed, optimal paths to get there, and the right next step to take. Start your complimentary personalized career fulfillment plan at www.thebrainfuel.com. thebridgetofulfillment.com/plan. Again, you can get your personalized career fulfillment plan at thebridgetofulfillment.com/plan. Thanks again for joining, and have a great week ahead.